stay away from this seller. I'm bringing this like we talk. I didn't cancel any bids. I didn't block anybody. I didn't do any of that stuff. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. It's good to have you back. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're making a ton of sales. I have an absolute ton of sales. I think last week sometime I did one where like I made one sale, and at that point in the day I had one sale. Made a few more that day, like 3 maybe, but there's a few slow days there, and I'm looking at this chart and it's just crazy sales lately for me. And I know why, because Blue Ridge Mama has been listing a ton, and Jacob's girlfriend's been listing a little bit, and I've been listing way more than I normally do, and the sales are just pouring in. We have 43 sales. Let me see if I can find that number here real quick. There it is, 43 sales. I don't always give this number, but you know, sometimes you do, because this is a big number. At least it is for me. I know it's not for a lot of people, but it's a big number for me, really big. $2,151.78. Now that's got all the stuff included in it. So that's the super gross number, of course. But that's a really good number, and I'm really excited about it. I'm obviously not going to ship all those out of here in this one video. Maybe 20 some of them, I'm not exactly sure, and we'll do a bunch tomorrow as well. But it's not all peaches and cream. I did have negative feedback, and I went and I looked at the feedback, and I'm like, something is really wrong. And then I see a reply from the person who left the feedback, and the reply says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave this feedback. I'm like, whoa, there's got to be a way to get this thing off of here pretty easily. And eventually I had to make a phone call. And I can't wait to tell you about that phone call, but I got a whole ton of great stuff that's headed out of here. Let's take a look. I gotta go somewhat quick today, so keep up with me. Plus, my wife has left some obstacles around the cabin. I'm pretty neat, I don't know, how do I say this? A little obsessive about where things go and whatnot, and she's not at all. And I never give her grief, well, I almost never give her grief about it, but she left her coffee cup in here today, and she left a bin she's been working on today, so I guess I'm complaining. At least I gave her credit for all the crazy sales we've had lately. This one I got down in South Carolina with Bearded Thrift Machine down there in Myrtle Beach. You may remember it, picked it up. I don't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't very much though. Certainly not $40 plus shipping, which is what it sold for. Pretty nice little sale right there. It's gonna see, look at that. I just tripped on that right there. See? That bin, did you see that bin in the other episode the other day? And she's already listed 20 things out of that bin, and it's still full. It's what I call the jelly bean effect. There's always more when you're buying in lots than you think. And that was no exception, and we are gonna make a bunch of money off of that. I probably am into that bin for like 25 bucks, and we're already way into the profit so far. I know some of you are already writing that mean comment down below about me being mean to my wife. Promise, I'm not. I've lived long enough to realize you can't change people, and I'm sure she could come up with a huge laundry list that's probably much more significant than leaving something in the cabin in my way, for sure. Next item went out. Maybe I can reach this without having to pull it out today, because you can certainly, there it is. It is a green calculator, and I don't think this one came from the mother load. I might have to go back and look. But this one went out to a viewer, went out to Chan Man. He says he subscribed to all 3 channels, even Commonwealth auctions, and that reminds me of something. But before I tell you that, it's going, like I said, to Chan Man. It's $30 free ship. Pretty cheap one to ship. I'll probably put it in the 8x6x4 box. Probably. Although you could probably put it in a padded envelope and be just fine. You know, first class still. But this one's going out to his daughter, so we hope that Chan Man, I don't know what your name is right there. I guess it's Chan. What do you know? Who'd have thunk it? And we appreciate you, and we hope your daughter enjoys it. But what I want to talk about is I didn't post, normally I post a video most Mondays from the Commonwealth Picker channel, garage sale channel. I think it's going to be out, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll put one out anyways from that channel. But I posted a private pick. Really awesome private pick that I'm excited about over on the Commonwealth Auctions channel. It's not a garage sale, so I decided not to put it out on the Picker channel. It is over on the Commonwealth Auctions channel, and it's doing really well, and you guys are giving us great feedback. And I can't wait to start selling that stuff. I remember grabbing this one at a yard sale a long time ago, finally got around to listing it, and it was cheap. And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to sell or not, but, you know, it's Guitar Hero, it's in the package. It's going to have to sell, right? Little handheld game. Paid a couple bucks. Sold for $11. Not bad. Plus shipping on that. Speaking of the Commonwealth Auctions channel, that private pick, we had another private pick over there before this one aired, and we're starting to make our money back on that, and I think by next episode we'll probably break even. Sold 3 head covers today, and I saw just a couple more come across. This is a tailor-made blade cover, and this one oversized technology. Good shape, actually. You don't often find them in this good shape. This one sold for 12, I think. Pretty sure. This one sold for 9, and it's a driver cover. It's all faded and has, you know, a run. And this one sold for 9, so not too much. But this one sold for $25. It's a Scotty Cameron, but it's in pretty poor condition. At least poor condition compared to this one. And 25 bucks, so not too bad. Not a ton of money in these, but some of them are, I mean, you sell it for $25. I mean, it's a 4-ounce shipper for sure. So there's definitely profit to be made there. You know, there's only about $4 in that one, and probably closer to 6, 7, maybe about $6.50 profit in that one right there. Back to the top shelf bins here. This one, I might be able to reach in and get this one too if I can use my camera. Should be in here. Yep, there's still some in there. Some RC batteries from down there at Appomattox, and these are selling pretty good. 25 bucks for these right here. Not too bad. So I'm looking the other day at the feedback, and I'm like, holy moly, I got a negative feedback. This is like 3 in the last 3 months, and you know, one of them was completely, it was just erroneous, and it was removed. And then the other one I didn't even bother to deal with because it was in a different language. I didn't even do the translate, and I just never got around to it. I know I probably should, but I didn't. And then I look at this thing, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is for a service manual. This is for a Skyhawk Cadillac General Motors, you know, one of the Haynes manuals. It's like $8, $8.99 or something like that. It's always the small items. And I start reading it, and like, something's not right here. So here it is. And they gave dates. I'll just kind of omit stuff, I guess. So I emailed the seller, paid on January whatever. I emailed the seller on January whatever, gave the exact time that they emailed them. Or in this case, emailed the seller, me, which wasn't me, but that'll be the end of the story. I wrote here's the quotation. This is what they wrote in the message. Just wondering if the item has been sent out yet. Thanks. Sean was the person's name. And then seller can't, this is the next steps, right? After the seller reads that, seller cancels bid on same day. Issues with, and then in quotation marks, what they wrote back. Issues with the buyer's shipping address. And then issues the refund right afterwards. Seller blocks me after that, and I've been buying on selling on eBay for years, never had any issues with my shipping address. Stay away from this seller. I'm reading this like I didn't cancel any bids, I didn't block anybody, I didn't do any of that stuff. And then at the bottom of it I read, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. There's a follow-up. And see, I didn't even realize this, I probably should. That the buyer, I realized that I could put a follow-up to somebody's feedback, but they put a follow-up to their own feedback. This feedback was done in error for another seller. Please disregard this negative feedback. Okay, that's fine, but it's still out there. The negative feedback's still there. Nobody's going to read that tiny little thing underneath it, right? And I got the ding on my account, 99.8 or whatever it is. So then I get a message in the system that says, hey, I left this negative feedback. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to contact eBay and see if they get it removed for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited days. And it's still sitting there. I'm like, oh, come on now. And so I decided I'm just going to go take care of it. Took one phone call. And I know people are like, oh, that never happens for me. Well, I don't know what to tell you. But one phone call, didn't wait on hold for more than about 3 minutes. The phone conversation lasted about 1.5 minutes, and it was gone that quick. Because, I mean, obviously, it's, you know, they left feedback, and then they left a correction to their own feedback. Now, the person told me that they had contacted eBay, and they were going to get it removed. And there should be a simple way to get it removed, I would think. If you left it, you should be able to remove it. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, did the buyer contact, is there any record? Because they see all the correspondence and whatever. They're like, no, we've never been contacted by this person. I'm like, okay, well, they just didn't do it, right? And what's funny is I got a message the next day telling me the buyer who left the negative feedback told me, hey, looks like eBay finally removed that feedback. Like, yeah, because I called them no thanks to you, but whatever. It is what it is, and I'm glad it's gone. Let me know if you have any stories like that where people, this has happened to me now 3 times, left negative feedback on accident. Sold another Wii Bakugan. And I don't know if I bought this one or if this was one of Jacob's old one. I used to buy this stuff and give it to him when he was little. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I think I probably bought this one. He liked Bakugan stuff for a while. And then he also liked selling it off when he was done with it. Well, I sold it for him. This one's not a big money maker right here. It sold for $6.50 plus shipping. It may or may not have that manual inside. Sometimes, you know, that manual makes a difference. So, yeah. So, with the manual complete, tested, still only $6.50 plus shipping. Not a huge winner, but good enough in a lot to go ahead and sell it. You ever have that pick where you're out there buying stuff and then you bring it home and you find something that was a little bit better than what you thought, or a lot better because you didn't look everything up? I was buying a bunch of Panda Plush out there because it was so cheap. It was $0.25 piece, and I'm just starting to pile stuff in. And I'm like, you know, something in here is going to be a winner and it'll pay off. Well, there were 2 things that were well, there's a bunch of winners, but 2 good ones. You know, 2 real good winners. There were these 2 like puppet pandas. They're identical. One had tags, one didn't. There it is right here. This is the one with tags. See, it's a little puppet right there. What does that say? Folk Menace Puppets? Panda Puppet right there. One sold for $35 plus shipping, and I just saw a cha-ching on there that the other one sold as well, but it wasn't new. I don't remember what we priced that at, but it's pretty nice. I'll take $35 plus shipping for a panda bear for sure. All right, I pulled this one out and found it already because I thought I'd have to dig, but I didn't have to dig too much. So Hocus. And you know me, I don't sell shoes very often, but these were hard to pass up when I was in Arizona. I never find shoes like this out here. But $5, I thought it would be a quick flipper, and it was. As soon as they listed them, they sold fairly quick. $30 for those, plus shipping. Not too bad. All the ET stuff from Ivan is flying off the shelf lately here. I got a few more sales in. I think one more later in the show here today, too. But this one went to Chuck. Chuck says he just wanted to thank us for the show, and he appreciates it. Just started reselling not too long ago, and this one's going to his wife, he said, and I gotta find the right one. It's a pin. I might be looking entirely in the wrong spot here. I think I am, actually. It's gonna be... No, I'm not ever gonna find it. Where the heck is it? Alright, let me go look over here. Maybe I have them somewhere else. There's something I need to read to y'all. That was from the wife of the gentleman who used to do, and I'm not going to find this at all, used to do our merch. And a lot of you were so generous, and we sent her some money to finish, you know, with the final expenses and whatnot, and she wrote us a letter. All right, you got to give me a minute. I'm going to have to track this thing down. I don't know where the heck I put it. I know a lot of you were yelling in the camera from last episode. You're like, it's in the bottom drawer. And you're so right, it is. So now I need to, do I need to move them all? I don't know. At any rate, Chuck, thank you so much. This one, he says, E.T. is from his childhood. And yeah, 1982, for sure. Best year ever. Unless you're John Belushi. Thanks so much, Chuck. Let me tell you, I get so many messages every day, dozens, about sealed VHS. Is this one worth money? Is this one worth money? Do you want to buy my VHS? Whatever. The answer almost always is no, it's really not worth that much money. There are some that are, and you really have to kind of educate yourself in it and do the research. But this is one that I put on the store. This was actually in a personal collection with things I bought that me and Bubba used to watch when he was little. We never watched this one. But this one just isn't worth that much money. But I wanted to list it just to show people that not every sealed VHS is worth money. Some more, though. This one is Mr. Baseball. Tom Selleck. And, you know, it's sealed. It's got that sticker that used to be on it, you know, selling it or whatever. And this one sold for $5 plus shipping. So, there you go. They're not all worth money for sure. But I figured it was better than taking it back to the Goodwill, which is probably where I bought it to begin with a long, long time ago. $5 plus shipping. This one is one of my all-time favorites right here. The legend, Johnny Cash. Absolutely love me some Johnny Cash, for sure. And I bought this one in a big giant lot, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. So, not huge money, but definitely, I think anyways, worth selling. Plus, I just kind of like looking through all this old stuff and checking out the ads. Some people buy it for just the ads. So, anyway, that one's headed out, $10 plus shipping. All right, I got a homeschool hustler here, and we had a sale. You got your football with you.
Why would I have my football?
Have you been watching football lately?
Yeah.
Yeah? And the Rams won, huh?
I'm trying to tell you something.
You're trying to tell me something. All right, what are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, no. It's not on video.
Oh, not on video?
Like,
all right, I'll turn it off.
So.
All right, there. It's turned off. There's
No, it's not. I can see the time.
All right, what do you got to say?
If I wasn't going to talk about the Rams game, why would I even have the football?
All right, so when you watch the Rams game, have you ever seen, you know what a drone is?
Yeah.
Okay, what's a drone?
The things that fly.
Fly around in the video, like games going on, right? Well, when I was a kid, they didn't have drones. You know what they would do to get aerial views of the stadium from above? They would have these right here. That's a blimp. You see how there's a football stadium right there? Or not a football, in this case it's the Cars stadium, right? That's why it's called Lightyear, right? Like Lightning McQueen instead of Goodyear. And so when I was a kid, we had to float these things up in the air just to get an overview of the stadium. But now y'all can see everything. Crazy.
Just from a drone.
All right, are you going to root for the Rams for me against the Niners? Good. I appreciate that. Give me a fist bump. Okay, buddy. That sold right there for $12.95 plus shipping. Just enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
I ran out of treats in here, so no animal is coming in to visit. So it's just me and the Enderman and the plush here. So this one is headed out to a viewer, and this one went to Alaska. I always find that intriguing. Have a few folks who watch and listen in Alaska, and same in Hawaii. I'm sure that's a totally different experience reselling for sure. Wanted to say thank you for your videos. Been talking about reselling for a while, but last year during the leave for the baby, they finally jumped in and decided to go ahead and do it. We have learned a ton from you and your videos, and for those you've recommended as well. Glad to have been able to get one of these, and we'll proudly display him in our office. Jason and, is it Kelly? Am I reading it? Yeah, I'm getting old. Jason and Kelly from Homer, Alaska. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And I don't remember an Enderman going to Alaska yet. So now we have one in Alaska. I should do that Philly Flipper thing. You know, sending stuff out and keeping track of where everything's going. So at any rate, thank you all so much. And if you're from Alaska out there, I think we have one in Hawaii. Let me know if you have an Enderman out there in Alaska other than Jason. Is it Jason? Yeah, see, other than Jason and Kelly. Thanks so much. Sold something out of the Froggy Flips drawer. Haven't sold something out of there in a while. This is a Hard Rock pin. And that one right there, little one. No drugs or nuclear weapons allowed inside. Sold for $9, I think, free ship. Sold some DVDs back here, a little set, and these are headed out to a viewer. This one right here, pretty nice little set, Planet of the Apes, $27, I think, maybe, plus shipping, sealed. Nice little set. And that one is going out to a viewer. I don't remember what we paid. I think it was in a big bulk buy coming up on a video, I think. So, but I know we're making money for sure. It says, hey there, Kevin. Barry from Flipping Daytona Beach here. And that's, I think, the eBay store name. I don't think that's a YouTube. Pretty sure it isn't, but maybe it is. I don't know. Check it out. But it is the eBay store. Flipping Daytona Beach. Love these movies, he says. I'm giving away my age, he says. Love these movies. When I was a kid, they used to be Saturday afternoon movie specials. Please be on the lookout for Hardy Boys and Tom Swift books, vintage ones. Thank you again to you and your family for the entertainment, and he loves the history lessons. So thank you, Stephen. We appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the movies. Got another pin and another pin going out to Alyssa, and you have bought from us, and I still mess up that name. Let's see here. This, I think it's that one again, and then it's this one, which is just awesome. Gotta love that one. Dressed up, looking like a plush in there. Classic. I think these are two. I gotta double check, but I'm pretty sure these are the two. $12.99 for these, plus shipping going out to a viewer. And of course, we'll combine shipping on those for sure. And this is, let's see, she says born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. Me and Drew Barrymore are the same age. So that is awesome for sure. Great movie. Did they call you Gertie growing up? She was the cutest little thing boy back then. So, well, maybe she's still, I shouldn't say that. She certainly was cute in that movie for darn sure, and funny. So these two right here going out to, I gotta pronounce the name right. I gotta see, I'm sure it's Alyssa, right? I know we've gone through this before and you've bought from me before and I screw it up every time, but we really do appreciate you. Thanks so much. This may or may not be a viewer. To be honest, I don't really know, but I didn't see a message on the purchase. One of these right here. And now I've got it all messed up. I gotta remember. I think it's also... I'm gonna have to go look. Pretty sure it's this one. Let's see what these are. One more of these. So 2 of these right here. It's $26 plus shipping. Going out to Justin. So Justin, if you are a viewer and I missed a message in the regular messaging system, I'm sorry. Those 2 and then this one right here. $25.95 plus shipping. Right there. Pretty cool. You're flying off the shelves in here. 1982. Good stuff right there. Thanks, Justin. Got a few awesome sales in here. This one right here came from a crazy good sale. Garage sale that was just super cheap. Got a laser disc, top of the line, you know, laser disc Pioneer one. We got all kinds of great stuff. And this right here, it's not new, but it's in great shape. LG wireless sound kit sold for $125 plus shipping. These 2 were right next to the box. They're the exact same speakers that go in there as well, so there was 4 of them, but these were extras. And so these actually sold too. And they also went for $30 plus shipping. So, you know, it's $155 in sales plus shipping. I think I'm into that for 10 bucks. Pretty good. Sold this Nike jacket to a viewer, a really good price on this one. It was in the store a little while, but it's a nice jacket and we could only get 22 bucks out of it, or 21 bucks out of it. And it went to a viewer. It went to our resident Philly fan up there. David buys every once in a while. So thank you, David. He says, hey, Kevin, saw this and had to have it for this awesome price. Says it'll be good for spring because it's the Phillies color, you know, spring training around the corner, I suppose. Can't wait for baseball and winter to end, he says. Thank you so much, David. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. All right, I sell this kind of stuff every once in a while. And condition really is everything. These weren't in great condition, but it was a set of Hogan radials. You know, persimmon woods, black paint. And you don't find full sets too often, but people use them to decorate, you know. They're kind of put them up in a man cave or something. And that's usually why they, you know, nobody's using these things. Well, I suppose you could just for fun. I remember using an actual wood driver when I was a kid. It was my grandfather's old set, I think, that he got a new set and I was a little guy like, yeah, take them out and, you know, hack around with them. Anyway, you can pick these up sometimes. I was telling that to Philly Flipper when we were down in Gastonia at that sale. I'm like, you'd be surprised. They can sell sometimes. And we looked them up and they were terrible ones. But here you go, Paul. There you go. They can sell. These sold for $44 plus shipping right there. Not too bad. Hey, Reagan's here with some Commonwealth Picker.com store sales. And we were just talking about the names of the people and where they're from. We sold 2 things to people named James, didn't we? Do you remember the other names?
James, Bradley, and James.
That's right. Uh-oh, Pepper's here. Look, nobody's been here all day. All of a sudden, they're here because you're here. All right. Got to be Pepper. 100% chance. There she is.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Look, Sophie actually rode with us.
Where's my treat? Sophie rode with you to the gym today?
To the gym. She got a haircut.
She got a haircut. That's right.
Hi.
Say, give me my treats. Or that blimp or something.
Yeah.
All right, so they bought, let's see, what else got bought? Big John 24201. Bought a couple of shirts, and Bradley got a CWP mug. James got a sticker, and James got a yellow t-shirt as well. So that's pretty cool. Lots of stuff's going out of here. I know we're out of tons and tons of stuff.
Hi.
So guess what, Reagan? I got a call from the new merch guy. He said, give us 10 days and it'll be here. And we can restock that store. Finally. I get messages every day about it. So anyway, you got some work to do, huh? We got to restock that store. We got to ship this stuff out. Would you tell everybody thank you?
Bye. And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Hey, I have a message that I just need to read to you because of your generosity to another person. But I'm going to do a couple things first. Thank you to Mark for getting the plans to the Commonwealth Picker shipping table. And that is awesome. So thank you for that. I hope you enjoy it. And also thank you to Joel over there at American Bubble Boy. He reached out today and talked to me, gave me a phone call, and we talked for a while. Just trying to get feedback from you guys, really, about different things and where they're headed and how much you guys like the service. Especially one thing I talked about for a while was something I was enjoying, and I was hearing good feedback from y'all too, is the subscription service, where I'm not going on and ordering it, every couple of months. I have it set up where it's going to be delivered on certain dates, and that's going to be awesome. And it's a time saver, and I've already got one of the orders in, and I just love it. And I'm just curious how it's working, if any of you out there are doing it. There is a link below to American Bubble Boy, and we're one of their affiliates, and I'm proud to be an affiliate and work with Joel. He's been terrific. So very cool. And let me know. Just leave some comments or send me an email or something. I'm a little backlogged on emails, to be honest with you, but I try my best for sure. So at any rate, thank you to Joel for that. And this is a message from the wife of the person who used to do our merch. And he passed away unexpectedly. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but I just kind of in tribute to him. And she sent me a very lovely letter, little thank you card here. I'll read it to you really quick, and then I'm going to read one thing from the obituary here, maybe a couple. Thank you so much, Kevin. This was so nice. I miss him so much. Thank you. And then she went on to say a few other things, but thank you. We sent her a check from your generosity to that family in their time of need. So that was awesome of you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing in so many ways. So just wanted to say thank you to that. Just as a little tribute to him, I was just reading this, and some of this I didn't know because, I didn't really know him other than, the communication back and forth for the merch, but all kinds of wonderful things here, and who he was survived by and the grandkids and all that stuff. Where he graduated, he was a police officer. And so, thank him for that. Incredible service. And just reading down here, in addition to spending time with his family, Mike kept busy in retirement, learning new creative hobbies, and was always eager to experiment with new technologies, which is why he would send me different things. And he's, making mugs and t-shirts and Christmas ornaments, and he's doing all this stuff. He could often be found in his office with his cat Onyx. So he had a black cat as well. So by his side as he worked on his creative endeavors. And it just, it's awesome. So here's a picture of him. Anyway, just wanted to share that. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to see you next.